Welcome back to Heart, the story of us. My name is Funso, and today our guest is a very well-known musician, Dhendup Tee Rabgyal. Welcome to the show, Dhendup.
Thank you so much. Kuzampo Garalu, my name is Dhendup Tee Rabgyal. I'm a singer, songwriter, and a music producer, Talvin, finally. And thank you so much, Finso, for having me here today. It's an honor being here, surrounded by the people I love.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for making time out of your schedule. And you mentioned that you were now converting to produce a bit of music, right?
Yes.
So starting as a musician initially, what made you go into that field of becoming a producer?
There are so many people who influenced me and some music produce benigi. First of all, I would like to thank M Studio Auchwing. He has been telling me Himalaya why chapters ani rangi produce beni bachinero remengo rangi betsup ra independent bejosup the chapters only then darari naba what we need is investment nam same go be karana funds nam same thopni lakhadu karana le ani beba dalo. I think Uchoing to Karin Chelab go, first of all, that Koyanga influenced me dilo. And second of all, Ngaragi and I'm Himalaya interested that I would love to help all the people Ngachi the Bhutanese luf. Ngachi Bhutanese ki kole gachi tu zawachin, they are always shy, Japkazi be the man badalu. I wanted to help them take the first step in life, Koragi, Kamichala Chigi Donkolo at first step take Benigi Charu Benisilape, that's they're my muse.
No, that's I agree with that as well. I've noticed more to do so. Bhutan the chapters of they're a bit more comfortable because you're amongst Bhutanese members.
Yeah, true.
And then here going to someone that's, let's say, Chilipmo or Western, where someone that's from the Western side, I think you feel a bit anxious because the way you have to communicate with them, English, you have to get your ideas across in English. So it's I think people feel a bit more comfortable.
That's true.
I think it's really good that you're going into that field because I'm sure there's a lot of musicians or individuals that want to make music, but they're a bit hesitant to take that next step. And the platform that you're bringing, I think it's an incredible business idea to begin with, but also very, very useful and helpful for the younger generations that want to step up. So, to anyone that's interested in music and wants to make music, please hit up Dhendup. And he's doing it at a very low cost as well because we had this little chat. If you want to talk about your concept of how you want to do it.
Oh yeah.
You mentioned earlier, I think, something about
Danidi
as well.
Kadimo zachin dangachi dup mamra chilip dus chika recording sessions take bodalu they don't feel comfortable. Tengachi songwrite bodalu gam chikau chiong karagi she ngachi sem gi din le zong se chapter di and it means a lot to an artist. But ngachi gi artist so recording na jodalu kachi pon zachin kongi recording session de atia za be din di kong ma lijum be mitsoba. So for the people who are really genuinely interested in music then sometimes I get people watching nalu chilibi kya kapna loga di do watching when they record per hour be charge but then I give take up session per hour be charge maybe if you're genuinely interested I give per hour be charge mabo yeah chara deda se nimchi danga chika debe recording be the achire mistake you watching I chalo charo bege the jap khale harmonies re add beguni ba chin chibe masudi be re khimi se ngai add bege se the bidolu chi song no ngai disturb kani mipchi be chachi chi zo jinge se ani chi no some ta be
so rush be mongo
rush be mango be comfortable feel benime. The second thing is nalu mam studios ra gadi do zachin ani studio bera do bade and Bhutanese people come studio na jo bed as shy bed and feel bed ons labbe ngagi the home based bedroom based studio be so diba so ani be the ko an zum room china jo be khoya anara de me ta de ngachi ana de be khoda chiga de wachin comfortable feel benime se just to give them that feeling. And I didn't make it big. I could have, but then I didn't make so that our Bhutanese people can feel safe and warm with me, comfortable, baby.
You also mentioned earlier something about how you're willing to give new musicians that have a passion for music free sessions by the month.
Yes, free sessions are mom artist na gadi do za alchunku me badenga chi alchunku so they want to sing achu this sumbe begono is la melash do tane be bodalu khonchu parents lu radio be the parents ki dia achu labe pesatani member anzum ka chi biumo se la melash do ani be bodal and alu singa la achu ngai anzum chi begono la ba chin I always tell them kimi chara yama sa shu achu be shu achu chi record be achu chi time spend be the lujum juni ba chin ngai sem guys la pan ben the free sessions la lu chi offer biu ngai.
So I don't think anyone more chili best church.
That's true. They never
exactly. It's everything. It's everything. Everything is about this. But And also, you said you had a lot of individuals that inspired you in terms of converting from in terms of as a musician, sorry, and as well as a producer more. And let's go into maybe somewhere in the Bollywood, Hollywood, or maybe even P-pop. Like let's talk about a musician maybe. Who's inspired you to make the type of music you have and to go into this field of music?
아니 릴라바친다 my chick have like chick sorry like I look up to like many artists, especially ngachir Bhutanese artists because the Bhutanese like chapter zogobachin we have to look at like our Bhutanese celebrities like Bhutanese artists. So ngagi bewachin the artists who like influenced me or like who I look up to bewachin. First of all, I would say ani like hip hop na imbachin like Achu Kilawanchu, rapper Kilawanchu, the first like rapper of Bhutan. Like you always say that. Khogi ang halamji influence be. He has always been guiding me. Khogi kolebera like my musical like genre to say halam switch be sochi. And second of all, I would like to talk about Sonamongchin. Sonamongchin Gia like he has been an inspiration for every one of us. Khogi bebe ngachi music industry halam chui. They're like artists ki kole lawachin. There are so many artists like Androx, you know, Jimmy the Carriage, the String B, Dorji. There are so many artists like I look up bemidi. Bhutanese ki artists na le bewachin. Kari mingla matsutsi mazat, but I love you all artists.
Out of all of them, who do you say and music which artist do you think it matches a lot? Like where do you find your music to be similar to any of these artists that you've mentioned that inspired you, or have you just kind of collated all of their talents and the way they make music to inspire your making of your music?
The ngagi same like I don't think ngagi same music the like misos na yuse because what like happens in Bhutanese industries awachin kongi songs odalu verse 1 verse 2 chorus hani bizomade but ngagi nalu ngai song the so they're always like jumbled up ngagi song the chorus me verse me gara yada ma bi hani be the ngagi song the rugi song ati meta but then song gi teka head about like song gi teka atitsinga like lejum feel be me the dele wa anime the chika zo changa like lejum joni me zimi di kai zo chna I think I would say no face PhD like his name is TW Tenzin Wanchu khogi like song khogi maruch song every time he makes like different beats different genres and he switch beni digi I think he would be like one of the person who influences my music that I think I can like do better with him zimi di khoi moni ma tada.
Oh nice sorry my voice. So you've I think you mentioned you've been in Australia for 2 years more.
Yes la.
Are you a student here or what's the
yes la I'm student like the live bedo special habdo gara like chika vero bedo samshing.
Must live a busy life more.
Balance when you come chila do yala I have to like work then earn the special have go be no time.
And then you're investing it back into music.
Yeah,
I need something you're passionate in. And the nahib because you have that ability to work, earn, and then invest because obviously music isn't a cheap industry to go into, and I'm sure you've invested a lot of money into your studio more.
That's true.
Something about that, like I feel like what you're doing is maybe possible. It's possible in Australia more, but then would you say that there are a lot of other musicians in Bhutan that want to go into that field but can't afford it? Like, what's your say on that?
Like when I first started music I used to like record in my phone on like very rusty iPhone my mom gave it to me like iPhone first time Bhutan the iPhone like that was my first iPhone the way chapter like I used to use this software called GarageBand and record earphone use and I did release like one of the song called like yeah sonam S6.E4 chiga song so chiga we like recorded that song on that like GarageBand so chera begono dauchi bawachin chera semgi dinle no di bawachin gania be masomi like chera phone na record video song hit jong chera bedroom na be di video hit jong chipa studio na jo be ra be mengo like some people gidi like for example that Justin Bieber ki song la luchi like khoragi phone na record be zumra gome but still it's going good it's swag in a news like kogi that new album swag na le kogi la luchi song the like sound like phone na record be zumbe
you can't just sound like a high pitched version of yourself
and I don't think there are like any boundaries for you like chiragi beguno wachin gachipe besop gadibe besop chigati ani matter bera me beslam ni ngai katul wachin.
Well, that's an individual. I think if you're really passionate
Mm.
for it, remember that you can do it. You can do it however you want to. Remember more.
Yes, that's true.
Simply an app, a free app, right? GarageBand. And I did the GarageBand.
Yeah.
I did that because I have no I don't know what I'm doing on GarageBand, so I had to talk. So that's, can you even do it?
It's very simple.
Exactly. There's like you can even pick guitars, pianos. Just do what the one.
Tenga chi dana Bhutanese ki mam got use bema such a band lab use bema. That's also in like software like where you can make music very easily there. Kongi music is generate beni easy do. Tani bebo dalo like I said, yamaza ngomatsa chira song like didi debe the chira nam chuna lejum me goelo. The rogi like kachlaunga kadi be beunga se nora mano I watch and release beta chira because kailapsi maybe that song could be your first song and that song will be the song that people know you from there. And bebo de don't feel shy, just record, release and be happy. That's it.
Very well responded to. And wanted to ask as well, so as a musician, right, in Australia, a lot of let's say even like around most of the countries, they've got ads, right, when you like go on YouTube and SoundCloud and all that. So that's how they generate profits from what I've heard.
True.
And in Bhutan, I've noticed that when you go on SoundCloud and YouTube, there's no ads, right?
Free.
So honestly, when you were in Bhutan, when you had those hit songs more, especially during COVID time, I think everyone danced to Far Away back in the day. Were you able to like generate any revenue, return of investment, ROI?
Not really.
Songs? Not really?
No, nothing. Tiru phaja ganiyamato. Like but then the song the Himalaya, like I was really interested in music and when I first started, money was never an option. I tiru goni se dera madi like ansum revenue chizo sub don and base of generate base of don say instead my mindset gadi with these once you think about like music nalu, once you think about making money, that's the time you like chiki downfall and start because you have to love something. If you love something, you do it for free or like, don't do it at all. And like revenue, the money was never an option. But some shows thing I free baby, halamchi like half of the time I free baby like amchi free baby that mom gelab ni guchile kanye me tobe ko jada se amchi point na. But then I thought like why ani me tobe like atisi they earn begobe just to show that our parents that why ai nga atisi di zodo the chi sem ga be de me nga ge cha gyomba de selabe so that they can achi like help be support be don atisi be support be don slape. And being like generation like revenue did not start me.
But at least now, if you're going into the production field more, you have a method of generating some revenue, and then do you feel that once you're after Australia, were you able to generate more revenue or earn more?
Yeah, now be watching the difference between Bhutan and Australia would be like atiti na be watching rangi no sun tami de betsube the rolo remengo beshin the like rangira kauchi be betsube the like ya Bhutan na be watching the apalulap de go ailulap de go job in Pegasan rogi kachi launga se ya za be de job be misube plus blue collar job tobni is it right blue collar?
Yeah,
office job,
white collar.
Yeah, white collar. White collar job thamni lakha do mi si khat anil zum malema na zum be watch cleaner be da logamchi easy do mi si kachila bre a khola be de chamchela mamra the ya be watching da khola be de anzum lab do si ya za be do malabre khemi but mi namsami ya za be din digi kane be mi sube. But now be watch ani betsubition mila na ya me zai mi du sigi bana dub du sigi appreciate bo me wai khutru zodi me namra biru dub la be sa thom da lubi la mela a khotash ani be dinu name mela bad kadi bilang zo wai khola be de tru zodi ngai cha gengo be ani be bodal na lu di ani difference to na achi la be be rangi kami chala lu invest be sube de tru legim zo sube am jere
ani blue collar the white collar I think it's a term used mainly by Bhutanese Swains, although it's a term that's always existed. It's never really distinguished. They don't look down on people that are blue collar that have blue collar jobs. The Bhutan blue collar, white collar, I'd see there's a bit of a discrepancy. So now some blue collar jobs, like let's say even on the labor work, blue collar, but most labor jobs will make me more money than white collar jobs.
That's true.
Maybe you go to a nice office here with your suit and tie. You're making maybe subpar $100,000. You go into like the field of labor with your blue collar shirt, with your high vis vest, you can make more than that more.
That's true.
So I think that term needs to be tweaked a bit more. Because only blue collar ko white collar build, it doesn't sound right to the ear me whether, because at the end of the day, money is money. You're doing what you want to do.
That's true.
If you're into construction, you're in the construction field more. Blue collar build love come to if you're interested in it, go for it, because it's everyone needs a house to live in. Everyone has a house more, so it's like I think that's a term that needs to be tweaked a bit amongst Bhutanese.
That's true.
What do you think? And then also like what do you do during your spare time in Australia, like in Perth?
Ngadi like spare time is nalema
TikTok.
TikTok. I'm always online 24/7.
I've noticed it. Like TikTok and TikTok that you're either making music, you're looking for requests, and then you're like singing.
Habit zum chi yasnan langa ngai gachmo zawachin like ngai hema chungku kanlera I used to be on Facebook Live. And in Facebook Live na demi dus khala because ngai gi live na lo there are so many things that happened like first of all tetekap semshi tetekap semga ani be bodalo ngai live na lo charo zero. I was like always as a shy kind of person ani be bodalo like that online platform always gave me that warmth. Mitsigi lijum chilab dalanga semga bengan mom focused feel bome. For some people, music listen baby for some people, like games, this is sport, this is at wudu, the chim now as fresh feel. For me, like going live, I feel fresh. Sometimes I get TikTok live na miramyo. Just 2% watching me, but then still then ngara cook pe, ngara music write be, but it gives me motivation first of all. Secondly, I feel secured. Comfort some feel bome. Me sing ata be de look like like a mother's gaze. And I ging around ta be de anzum feel bome like. Michini de like gai ma thondru khemi ani michi gi nga thombe oi kotash gajibe de anzumbe happy be de no tenga sem ga be de lape just to give that feeling.
Bit of a safe haven.
Oh, safe haven. Agi denle.
That's nice. And then also I've always wanted to ask someone about this. TikTok, no, like when you go live, like are you able to like actually earn and make some money on that? Do you think it is possible eventually for someone to go say I don't know how you do it, what you'd name it, but like a TikTok earners like a full-time job is that a possibility? Because I've seen like you toys Bhutan and the TikTok. I don't know what they. I lose the 24/7. Yeah, they read TikTok and on job TikTok on job and gifts to anybody. I've heard that you can make some money, but then how does that?
Not some. You can make a lot of money.
Oh, really?
A lot of money. They were the long Bhutan na lokachi happen most people they create their account first TikTok account through anite. Bhutan na base baby zome bade and account region di Bhutan na yubikale ni revenue earned beni atlakai like TikTok rewards program lo anzum labmi account where your videos get like few like dollars per 1,000 views ani thobni lakai but nalema be watching if your account is like Australian or like US based and be watching revenue earned beni jamto to bade because views thing Bhutan gi mi gi like they don't care, they just watch it no and be about the views they na do but they don't earn from that. Some people around the world they earn like khoragi views ki thole bebe but ngachi ali Bhutan na di ani chance for me because ngachi region gi stop yung ngachi. That's why we don't have YouTube na le ads mi bade country chung kuchire me jinda ba se kemi the free be jinda se anzum be no som tambe ani be lakhai TikTok na tri zoni di but then yeah like you said life jodalo revenue earn byong gift na per gift na le tri la sha thopni chances like Mr. Black te achirege one of the like Bhutanese TikToker.
He made Gamnuchi lax more. I saw an article in one night, I think, or
not one night. I think like 10 to 15 minutes. And that's like possible. But the thing is, you need so much energy. You need to keep on talking to, hello, how are you guys? And blah 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 blah. Bhutanese people they throw you gift. And Bhutanese people they are very supportive people. Pai me like chilip imelo anzum labachin kongi he's representing our own Bhutanese like people community represent bedela koda labchi kara kota me bade. And they're very supportive. You can earn love.
So I need to Bhutan. Okay, so he's in Bhutan, maybe more. So, like, how's he earning if your region's in Bhutan?
I need
to tweak it, change a bit.
But the thing is, maybe what he would have done is like pinchachi nalema and in Australia, account zona. No, but you can't like that your account already do. You have 25,000 followers, but any followers you have the lu. And if you like need money from that account, you need to make another account. Like so chi zobe dele cham chi fully log the account grow be
Oh, so you can't change your region.
No.
Oh.
Once you like ani
Once
zosa
the
chi
registration.
zosa. So you need to like start from the bottom. Dele ani followers gain bebe dele cham chi you get more followers. But the good thing is chi already account Bhutan ge account you do chi bawachin and the followers at you can always promote your other account. And once you have like so many followers on the other account, then you can earn money. That's how it goes.
Shouldn't Bhutan if you could make money from like social media platforms or YouTube, remember, like you mentioned energy, the energy that I chilip, and you probably know S6.E4.
Ah, I love him.
Same.
Love
Honestly,
him.
like he's in real life stream or RL streams too. And about the me 36, 37 million at sometimes more.
That's true.
So like I think like someone like Mr. Blackmore, I don't follow him. Like I haven't watched many videos, but I've watched some. I can see that this guy has so much energy in him.
Yeah, la ko real I worked with like him during 2017 or 18 na. Ko me nam similajumi. Nam similajumi aju sem nam similajumi. Plus he's very humble there. He's down to earth. Momana chebe watching. You'll never think he's Mr. Black. You'll just find him as like a random person who's very sweet. Nam similajumi. Plus he's very energetic. But the bad thing about this is he'll like suck all your aura there. Like chigi guys long chi kochika de baji. He's so energetic that that's the only thing. But he's a very sweet person. I love him.
Nah, but I need like streams to be able to also because YouTube's that like if you think about how often we use YouTube as Bhutanese especially, those are the YouTube mabla on TV. They're not just Bhutanese, everyone in general. If like and when we're eating or doing something, you can't just click on like a music video more like Dhendup music video, and then you just keep going over there. So if you could actually make money from a platform such as YouTube and someone like him it was going live, it'd be interesting to have it on your TV because you're limited to your screen, remember, your phone screen when TikTok and that. That's because then you like touch you off job more. But then I think if it was like if there was a platform where you could actually like YouTube or something where like you could stream and earn money in Bhutan, it'd be very interesting to know.
That's true.
What do you think? Do you think it's like something that Bhutanese are into, like the streaming world?
Mom get a baby so don't also know me watching because they're very shy, but then the future is very bright. Like you Bhutanese me this stuff and don't got any good today. They gotta like that's it yam say. I'm watching them some ya zadong. Davin like oh gotta be ngachi beni lape. They have that notion. The younger generation especially they are very bright and be about the on some streaming platform and I think it'll be very like beneficial for all the young people who are like interested on some betengo nomichi plus on some be time rami bade for example I'm always live, everyone knows what I'm doing there and if they go live they the streaming platforms you have to give like educational things also, educational like informations like anzum benimeo say because some people they do crazy stuff like stunt bay buildings like jump bay anzum beni do bade so anzum betha meche say as restricted zobe it'll be like a safe place where the kids can grow, learn.
Exactly.
Ani be subs no me we need that like something like that platform in Bhutan.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if there are more platforms where you could actually earn and generate revenue, like I reckon parents would be more encouraging because they'd be like, oh, like social media can actually make you some money, would they? But like I think if someone in the Western society started that and then the parents could see that they were getting viewership, they would be like, oh, they would encourage it, right? But then in Bhutan, because we're so limited to where you can like generate revenue from, parents are like, nah, just focus on your studies, go into a field, earn money, work, maybe with them all. I think generally the Bhutan dance streams through the Truzo switch and they'd be quite nice with it.
That's true.
At the end of the day, like you're streaming TikTok live, same phone member there. But then it's just if there were more platforms, it'd be more interesting because obviously not everyone wants to be on TikTok all day, like the older generation stuff, like our parents more. Like although it's becoming more popular amongst parents nowadays. But like YouTube's usually the go-to me with the TV in the day and the duck slow in the YouTube. And then do you make vlogs? Do you do anything as such? Because I've seen that a lot of let's just say teenagers, maybe even young adults more youth slabge as a to categorize them, especially our age. I see a lot of new vloggers coming out, new like couples vlogging, families vlogging more, and then I think like it's something that I think would suit you. You've got a very vibrant energy, positive. You're very charismatic as well. So I think-
I like did try vlogging hema and I vlog halam baby like 5-6 vlogs, and then I got like very good response, like 1,000 followers. They're very easy for me because I'm some low love. I meet different people every day, and the vlogging is a very easy, like, you know, a convenient job for me. But then I bematsu because vlogging the jameva, but then editing is the hardest thing. And ngagi editing dodalo, I always put in the happy memories. I never, like, when I vlog, I never put in the things like remember. I just put in the happy memories, like happy moments. And put bini and bending and I'm semi careful, be detailed, be work bini and yam so much and I left the job. But the good thing is now I make funny videos there. TikTok now I make funny videos. I have this like session where I make Rimbuchigi video, funny videos, and then I, like, you know, I character called Sis la me character
Sis.
Sis like where I put in like any Vic Chitsube. I, like, you know, sometimes like boom character create be ani na like tetukap agi character create be story create be ni try byong. Te ani di like it's more like my alter ego. Ngaragi how I see myself. Sometimes ngagi me this long but like handsome chi be me lejum be me salabda they always call me like laslo rimuchi laslo dasho. They always call me that. So ani be wadalo I thought, what if ani dasho ani rimbuchigi like michi yebdo chi bajin kogi funny be labdo chi gadibe thons labbe. That's how I created that character.
Right.
So I every time someone says something stupid to me, like my life na lo happen geras chi happen beauty, I make a like ansumbe I call them gags. Aragi TikTok na gag chi zobe, I put it in. They love it. Me again. I'm saying like Danabadi, like even when I go to event house and stuff, I choose the sing like Rimuchi. Most of the people they call me Rimuchi and oh, thank you so much people for loving my vlogs. I mean not vlogs, I mean like funny videos so nami support be the lokarinche and then the chinsugi watching my mom so there are the only.
No, I think it's something like if I had the same confidence that you possess, I think it's something that obviously I'd want to do as well, because as me look to it, like when people are enjoying something, like when you're making, I think when you're making someone happy, you get happy.
That's true.
And if you know that you're making them happy, you get happy. You feel happy yourself. So then it's just a little line that keeps going up, right? So now keep doing what you're doing, because I think it's kind of cool how you got all this confidence in yourself. Like you don't shy away from the camera. I'm super camera shy. I did that vlog. Any baby what's that?
I'm nervous too. Like I always say, I like number bit on some show perform be they like cameras that you don't call music videos so but I always think that the camera is potatoes. Potato. So that I don't feel shy. But the shy I'm also nervous, very nervous right now. Some words I love me to like nabutu nawa mahem do chiba chigo matela. Ngaya da to learn bedo nabutu chikara ngaya da to jimra in ngara sem na libo chindi nabutu chikara learn bedo go mates chinvila. Devada, I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting me.
Everything he said. But I mean, what do you call what else should we talk about now? There was a couple of things I wanted to ask as well. I think when just before we started, we had a chat about how you said there's some artists in the industry that are able to tweak their genres according to the trend, right? And I think do you feel like you're able to do that as well, or?
The thing about me is like I listen to every genre. Like Bhutanese song. The place where I can learn is SoundCloud ki daily drops. Like artists got a new, literally like upcoming artists and like independent artists like Latulira, Latunam Similijum Jume artists, and Sugar Gishabanin Bidiong, so that I can learn ngachi Dupmitsi, Kazumchi Kayaga, Kazumchi flow Gayaga, Kachi work beditato, Kadibe Jode. So Nagi dato funny videos to Zobi dia. Other reason is to stay relevant, because sometimes I can't make music, sometimes I can't always be there for you, always like I can't always be on your screen, I can't always be on your SoundCloud and the top hits naluma. And I make funny videos just to see that experimenting and like so that I witness me gachi guy kong gachi gamedi I provide beni denle. I'm always learning, I'm always there in the center, quietly listening to everyone. And because ngaji grow ma ba chin ngaji improve be metso tani be ba I'm also open to criticisms migin anjum be
Constructive criticism.
zob lab be ba ngai nyung kachi mo za chin ani gachi be labina ani improve be ni de gachi be sup ka say if I say like ngaji tweak be sup ga cha la I can and because I'm a very like fast learner, I'm very adaptive person. I mean, me this chica day we learn beni na me samiga and I can do it no me
I think the skill of learning is probably the most important skill in
Yes.
life. Because if you don't like even making mistakes more,
Mm.
like you learn from mistakes. Even like criticism, you can take it negatively and then let it bring you down, or you can take it positively, take it constructively, right?
That's true.
Take it constructively, then you're always learning about them more.
Shy beni me was main there like new things try but the shy beni me on like try be there about to like me go watching go te ma go watching kimi. That's a new lesson for you. You can always learn better. Even like you can learn new things and don't feel shy. Always learn, always listen. Like what the other person has to say. They ka zoom chi then they ka nyinta. Kongi shows na lama jo support be. Like you feel happy, but at least pha jo be gachi matop de be you got something there. That means you gachi ga dar na ba gadi be de sata be ya maza be der jo ti romi the chi collaboration pe da ya za ko be rami. The chi chapter chi khon da chi ka then dai la be chi down me jo ya me jo lejum jo ra jong. Chiran no samna lejum ta be ba chin. If you want to like you have a good mindset lejum jo ra jong sing ba chin.
Yeah. Because I just said artist, but do you mind specifying which artist you think does it the best in Bhutan? Maybe name a couple that are able to tweak their genres and go with the trend, and how they can how they've influenced you to be able to do that as well. Because you did mention daily drops and you know what the most daily drops and the Dhendup Tee Rabgyal, but that's also on women out there.
That's true. Yeah.
Mainly from Bhutan, to be like because this is a Bhutanese audience. Who do you think does it the best? Like, yeah, just name a couple that you think.
The couples in memo last year artists because I love every artist. I've worked with numerous artists like Namisami mi last chikara labi and I love all the artists ngai chimi. Like every artist konging alu like different inspiration, like different motivation, different something to learn. Sap jime every time konging a new knowledge jini dige. I think every artist in Bhutan is like the perfect one. Every artist ki chilo new thing chip ani like jiu on ten jiu. They wodalu if I name few artists Magi hema Bhutan and I had this group where I like used to be around Acho DW, like I said, No Face VHD, Acho Kenny, K3 and Beat, Dele Acho Pala, Acho Donden, Chasing Stars Acho, Dele Acho Kilowanchu. I used to be surrounded by all these people. Plus, and Darnabanga Androx Chika La Ribedo. Androx is such a good person. Going first time I learned Kapsu, mixing and mastering, Coachy Kapsu. He did it for a very reasonable price. Malu koi support Beijing and Beboda. Androx is also a good one. But then the OGs ki kole labachin. I think Rebellions are doing the best. That they have like the lovey-dovey na lebe. They have like bought this whole music game to a next level. Kongi Rebellions ki lejum bede. Especially my dear friend Putulu. I worked with him like a Brisbane concert in the Khoda Chika Jodalo. I learned so much with him. Like Kogi some interesting lo ja selab ni do like anzumbe beni nga beung and koi be de dato. And be bodalo Rebellions de les Sona Mongchen obviously. Sona Mongchen.
Everyone's favorite, right?
Oh, everyone's favorite. Kodi de ma parade. Koi gie bede halamchi. The Dhendup Tee is coming to the Nava. Dhendup Tee like Nabu Sigi Mamgira Magogo. Dhendup Tee is a very underrated artist, but Kogi music namasam legend. I think ngaragi the person ngarachortipchi michi yilot. Sorry, I'm not boasting again. Like ngarachortip michi lawachin. I think Dhendup Tee would be that person. Like namasam legend of my music. You guys should listen to his music. It's very nice.
Like cool. SoundCloud member. And it's a Spotify now. And then I think the song. I think it's called Falling. Last night do we need to do that?
That chi is in the Majo Lamichi. I like that song. And that's especially Achusangi Wachin Chika Omide. He's also a rapper Bhutangi. Achusangi Wachin and Dhendup Tee song chi and like not that Majo. It's a different song, but then Konyi song na lebe tontoing agi Dhendup Tee and then Kogi am some legend.
I think I hope we're talking about the same Reti and Red Kogi perform with the English Reti some to you more. Spotify and the Falling Sim like English up to see. It's got X amount. I think it's got a lot of listeners on Spotify. Maybe a couple of million. I hope it's the same one that we're talking about.
Dub kila vinga
Oh, Dub kila vinga. But English to ten me.
Oh wow. In Kogi English teme. Koi mamra English teme.
I really like that song.
You guys should listen to him.
I'm pretty sure it must be the same Reti. There isn't another Reti in the.
Imbe mo mapa jisam chong.
Kore no. Ani ribbons. Jiri nam jab to chimina.
No, koy mi zum chime. Andi kai mi she. I just listened to like few songs ko.
원더 나 거미야?
No, koy mi zum chime.
나는 가면 돼.
I have no clue. I just listen. I don't know every
that was
artist.
him.
No, that's not him. Dele galam did that artist last year did wrong. Itsu. Itsu is one of my favorite. Itsu Alien dele Sampel.
Gotta get.
Artist Gaga. I worked with all these artists. They are very nice.
Fair, yeah. I think everyone's about the same age as well, in the 20s more, and maybe some in the early 30s as well. But it looks like you've taken inspiration from everyone in Bhutan.
Everyone. They're very nice. Like I said, they konda su garagi chi konda chiga dewa chingi di kon just TV na thondo, but I've worked with them and they are very good people. Konda chiga dewa chin, you learn something new. But like I said, garal habde te dato. Ngachi garal habdo, ngachi gara chiga group yo da anbe bodalu. Some partner as the tisho don te chin chigi it's like mituka like Sabtoto mathondi beria like conversation we artist gotta learn be the coaching kurain dato just that con camera don ka jobara oni digi chin sigi con am notice be don but then they are very good people. Stay with them, learn with them, you'll be happy. They are good people.
Exactly. Yeah. See, I'm not sure. I hope that response wasn't a diplomatic response where you named everyone. But then no, it sounds like the music industry in Bhutan, like there's no real like rivalry as such. Even maybe there obviously there's maybe some for to get like the rap battles and all that, right? I don't think there's anyone that's got like heartfelt like bad grudged feelings towards one another. Looks like everyone kind of like encourages one another, likes to work together, and then likes to grow together.
That's true. Ani singa chi dub dusu gidi no matter gadim chira khol like chidi di ani tanga like art people gi gachi mozo chi hama when I was very young what people used to do is they used to have like sonamach in the photo and then my photo. They like your favorite artist. That's the thing that ani gi view the actually classes jim and like QT and Pew kongi lab they like they were never like kongi rap and throw beodalu. It was never meant to be a diss for rebellions lote but just the me this yani bi lab ne digi and then rebellions had konle option rama de mi gi lab de chun gani me lab ya lapsa witness ki pressure daily ba dane bendi kongi drop bass lab de but ngagi be watching the nandole be watching the and problem miss no me watching Bhutanese artist ki chi ka collab beodalu gani ma to like chi lo ngamaram yurami if you put in rebellions the smokes chika jaw de watching kon lo oi chilejum be de me like chire nana le gachino man lab lawa chin kongi oi chilejum be de me ma to gani me lab zob lab me lab ngaji dublijum me ba dang
See, then I think social media is I think what's happened is because they're about the same age and then the genre of music is similar. They're like, oh, let's just let them verse me.
ngaji do so interesting do like and so tap ni chan na so tapsa lab men digi de koi tap men de lab go be
The last time the bathroom to base you kong chika be.
Like kon perform be minute and swimming galagi time na perform be I think GD hosted the going again. I don't know. One of the like organizers quite dilo and they invited Smokes there, which shows that how like good of a person JD is. And then like music industry now everyone is like supportive. Supportive.
The music industry is definitely a growing culture in Bhutan. Like I'm surprised about how much it's improved over there. And going back onto a more important topic, the Korean dramas. Name a couple of your favorites, like just dramas in general.
Dramas labre like first of all I would say Korean gi business proposal. Like business proposal ani it's one of my favorite. If you guys want to watch, if you guys are bored at home, business proposal because it's very popular Korean drama. Then secondly, maam gira mishe but then Chinese na joge taban because Chinese ki one of the best animation that to top midi world ki best animation is Ninja 2. You should watch that. It's very good. It's about like ancient gods ki koli and then ngachi maam witness this ki maam relate based on because hadu interesting characters so like ngagi favorite character di Monkey King ni mate. Monkey King so an veva dani gi chobaji islam da ngachi hema ikalo and chobaji gi characters chi ya follow Ninja 2 na and you should watch that film and it's very interesting. The animation top notch. And the third Korean dramas love ko da Korean drama gachi ngai recommend beon za watchin gachi ga moda mam tani jada is da la be debe but then yeah chilip de lab de da tonga I just watched this Like horror genre gi I'm a big fan like Michael Myers and some gi I love those. I'm some crazy horror genres ki like gory scenes especially.
Ngayon ba pala ba man?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
But-
The any guys know that the movie stops there called Weapon.
Weapon.
It's witchcraft ki koli. Again, you can relate. Bhutanese ki witchcraft ki koli stories going digi. You can relate. It's a very good movie. It's like it's about few people every day that tonga chini chedo zum chi be watching. First angagi story tin, and all of a sudden we talk about another person, and then we go back to you. But then last like gotta run baby cheap place na it's about that thing. But very good witchcraft ki kole, and every people they get possessed by this woman who's living in the basement. Very good movie. You
So
should
it's
watch
kind of
it.
like a thriller horror type of
Thriller, but it's not that scary.
It's not that scary, yeah.
Funny, scary, like you know, it's this like mind-boggling type ki movie. Did you should watch.
Ngayon din horror so mapple ba misurse because nga over jump scare to ni se. Movie ta the horror movie ta the nam just
Hema, I used to like watch ngara cham chibitani na me samedo, but now the used to asunda the horror movies ta be ati like sim magan some time na ta go fisanga because my sim and some shake beta me beta sachi tele
Increases your
wakes
heart
me
rate.
up, yeah, wakes me up like reality na show da bin time remakes it somewhat motivates me. It's get us to do, but then, yeah.
Horror di ben ni ma jump stuff.
Up to date, man. Up to date. I love horror
Have
movies.
you watched Smile?
Yeah.
Oh my
Part 2,
God.
Part 1, everything.
Part 2 di mata. Part 1. Oh my
Part 2, I
God.
think it's boring as no, but then Part 1 was the craziest
Oh
one.
man, that was insane because it's humans know that like it's not like a ghost or anything. And it's the smile.
Smile.
Oh, thinking about it, I'm getting goosebumps right now. But then, ani nga so maro chibiche dreaming. Ya lama.
Did you watch any Ganjang Asylum? You know, Ganjang Asylum silang Korean gi.
Going in mata.
You should. Smile is nothing compared to that movie because that movie doesn't have like days me like ghosts gane me but then there's this feeling something irritating feeling chi and like eerie feeling chi any movie ta like you know you feel much to be scared and ghosts guy me like and same group of podcast like session be minga they go to this haunted like place ana jo be kachi happen be umeka they khongi gara na camera attached be khongi zuka ani na live point of view na live
Ani tabe, I'll get it off.
you should watch that. It's very scary.
But I'll watch it when there's a nice sunny day because
not today.
churu ta watch ne ya lama. Ngai sanjime jump scare jump to the din last time ani omde te Shinde.
Oh,
Did you go watch?
Shinde was like very good movie, but then amchi scary made ngai tale.
So exact so
Taba
ngai dinle
Taba Hoka.
Oh, that
Dojix
gave me
products
creeps.
Taba Hoka one of the best movie ngan that doesn't just any 3 days teaching a nightmare 10 times.
Taba Hoka, yeah.
Me I still like talk to Dorjix the chicken nam chidi acho. I love that movie.
Taba hoka.
But the funny thing, what happened is, like once ngada and movie ta sabi, ngada ngi charasu movie ta sabi, we went to the Taba Hoka se.
Nah, you're
Taba Hoka
crazy.
na, me ngachi jove just to get that feeling. Why? Ansum chi gachi zum chi yuga mos. But then what happened was, on the way to Taba, we met this lady se. All of a sudden, lady chongbe knock pe demo. Nucho ani place te gati na mishe lo. Tilang tamadi kai me. Kilipati was there. The movie he
Oh my days, man. I'm literally got goosebumps. That's
because
crazy.
Ajim Kilipati is like acting in that movie was so good.
Because
Next level.
I remember boy end scene na imata mo money when KRD's head gets is it KRD's head that gets chopped?
No, it was Lakwa Dhendup. Actually, Lakwa Dhendup.
Sorry, not KRD. Sorry, KRD. But honestly, I remember that scene, and then like throughout the movie, obviously, I'm like pooping my pants the entire time.
Yalla man, I'm a such a thing.
And then when they're like, "Sure, alu, nana sure, labchin they're more gadeb da."
No, the best thing for me was Anise.
Right.
Those are the lo mojab kale ran oh my god,
days,
that was the scariest part.
Oh my days. Oh,
Draws
I can't.
sive.
Ani de omor ani scene chigera over so chase.
No, I usually don't get goosebumps, but I'm getting it right now.
Because she opens the door because it's raining, and then he goes in, and then like he finds a hair or something.
Yeah.
And then he and then I remember that honestly any scene with I can't.
And do you know the funniest thing about this movie? That story takes place in Trongsa, and I'm from there.
Oh man.
And story there, and it was I think called Nyaladum. Nyaladum ki kole imsam chitu nga toda. And Nyaladum was one of the most prettiest ghosts like the ghosts in the ngachi ni story nalu. Trongsa ki stories na Nyaladum one of the like most prominent ghosts and some type ki bichi. Processive. That happened there. And the story revolved around Trongsa. And I'm very happy that actually Dorjix made like any story 2 baby movies over next level.
I thought it gave me a lot of jump scares. But what I liked about Shinde was Kungi like protagonist chibi jump scare because it was like a group thing. I found they incorporated a lot of Western like like a lot of Hollywood
Especially
stuff.
Japanese te. Japanese ki style do like
Miss-
foreign ki style do and ngachi Bhutanese ki beautiful touch che do and
Many.
boom digi ngachi Bhutanese ki touch pa me. I'm saying
Exactly.
achu dojis ki kol ganela ni he is one of the best directors.
I think
There will be
smart.
and
Very
there
smart
is
producer.
very good one.
And the cast was incredible as well, I think.
And especially
Good
Achu Karma
selection.
Samdrup.
Wow.
He's a very jolly person, no?
Uncle, yeah.
Achu Karma sort of Uncle, like very jolly person. If you meet him, Ngomana Chebe watching, he's very funny,
Exactly,
jolly.
right.
Why Kadibi? But then that movie, he was very serious, no?
I was shocked at that.
Very
the way
good
he was
artist.
acting, like, I remember before, because he's a family friend, so before the movie started, I was there, and then he goes to me. Do you know how jolly? You know how when you know someone called jolly person, persona she doing now. Obviously, very jolly person, but high level more. And she had the time there with the Joey Aganimi, how you doing up there? And then movie good too, which is wow, very assertive character message that I to see.
Hard to do, no? For a person who's that jolly, like Anzum Beni,
Exactly.
but that shows how like good actor Achu Karma is.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was shocked because I've never seen him serious. Like besides, like obviously, like when you just talk normally, normal conversation, they're serious maybe the more. But then he moving the role he had as like the lead. He was a leader member the one in group.
Anzum
I think
talking.
and some day with more.
Leader men nga tawda. He was
Actually-
also one of the participants who
but
comes in the movie.
He was any team like he was appointed something like to look
And
But
like
it's-
just to scare them. Kon rochi ni dinle and mole zum chibi diyon ko ani game nalo. He was a mole.
Oh, because I remember
Yeah,
it was a
just
whole it was
through
a
the top
game
slap,
the
yeah.
entire time. Eh, but the more.
But last and goes ngomara diyon. The coil boom zove on.
Oh, easy.
Oh, very funny. Very
That
nice.
was actually because you can see like the two characters, two sides of him, and then I really enjoyed that movie. And then I think Bhutanese movies I haven't watched many, but then I think Double Hoka stood out.
Shinre. See,
stood
it's
out.
all from the same production.
Messi.
Actually, Dorjix, I love you. Achu.
I never got around to watching on Benjo just because it was always packed. Did you end up
My
getting-
mata, I'm Benjo. I heard it's a very good movie.
Yeah.
BTN Sring Dorjik.
But I think Dub Chu's coming out as well.
Topcho.
Tachikama's Productions. Shout out Tachikama.
Oh, let's go.
And then yeah, I think I enjoy from Bhutan movies. I think I enjoy like Bhutanese horror movies a bit, but then when it comes to like English horror movies, I can't. I don't know why. I think it just freaks me out completely. It's like, have you watched The Nun?
The Nun, yeah?
Oh man, that freaked.
Nun 1 and 2,
freaked me
Nishira.
out.
Nun 2 yung om chibi nga tawda. I
Nun
watched
2.
that. Nun 2 was okay. Nowadays, ngachi horror movies ki kole gachi happen with this. It's becoming too like gory. But then hema watching, it was scary.
Yeah.
There was something like eerie zumchi feeling
Yeah.
beyond but Davin, it's just very predictable. That it happen beyond day on day. Hey, day on.
MMO.
Bas, I'm telling
But then see the sound gauge on what the more.
sound ki yeah. Sound ki there never main sound ki it's help me, but nothing much.
Because I think I saw a TikTok video. It was like some horror movie, and then Japkole they were like, just to prove that sound is the reason why you get scared in horror movies. Like that scenes gotta do day on me, but then Japkole chapter they put like a happy song, and then like, oh, it's not actually that scary.
The chidi thing achi that na Bhutanese ki horror movies nalu why we love achi Dorjix is because achi Dorjix ki de kogi stick pe dem na ba achi Bhutanese ki tradition na the nowadays ki Bhutanese ki new like horror movies nalu di achi modernization chi baume ba like down na de golan some gendo they all of a sudden de oi chimchina achi Dorjix ki de stick pe ba de like taba hoka like Shinre lab de machim chi lo anzum tai ki bende ki the modernization achi less jome that's why ngachi achi scared feel bume hema ba watching ngachi hema tafo movie bakcha la pichi de zum chi binga tawda I used to watch it in like my high school days ghost scary yera miti but keta to za de jab kale machim gi jab kale ma dripu jo sande the anzum feeling jimme but at least we get scared I think it's not the music nothing anzum gi memes no me de ta ji doni di kachima zo ngachi re gi belief ji do ba de like oya ani di dos se oni meme anzum ji do me ani nara stick baby movies zo tam de soche tam mi
Especially Bhutan. So I like shout out to Bhutan when they talk about like say like paranormal activity then so it's quite prevalent in Bhutan over there. Especially because if you think about our country, what 70% of it is trees So there's actually like majority of the country hasn't actually been explored. Because actually down to the garden, not so much in the valleys name it besides Pinseling and maybe like this the borders, Pinseling, Yellowfoot and all that. So like take stories at them so generous because Bhutan's a country where a lot of it hasn't actually been explored because it's not explorable. Like you're not gonna just go, okay, I want to explore the country and walk up a mountain, walk down that valley because you don't know what you're gonna meet, right? I bet you don't even know like all the animals that are present in
And
Bhutan. Right?
when we travel ngachi chiru places na manyes la gari na nieve madi because the gari will shake at night.
Oh mate. Ngai anjum sedang Bhutan na
Scary.
niemu chinga nyera misus because ngai labi se. Bhutan na chira ngai Australian de dang stories ta labi because ngai miro labi because ngai Australian de nigi. Bhutan ne de dang story mata because ngai doe labi ba Bhutan na chimchiga tenjo mo.
Bhutan ki ghost is boring theme chiga she jo nai chilip the city busy we gara. She's actually busy.
Everyone's busy, right? No, but yeah, crap. We've straight off. How do we end up here?
Musically good so that ghost nice.
The fashion you call it love the nalapa inu. So like weekdays nalapa do you like just go to classes and then go to work? How do you balance that?
It's a bit hard to like I'm trying though. I like normally this better learn but though like balance bin namisam lakachap me ngaya. The nabut sugidi nga namisam is jolly be happy be namisam illusion but stable be thondong but then ngaya ngara you own like struggles you like lakadi tando but then you know I'm trying my best. I'm growing every day.
Exactly, it's all part of character development, right?
Character.
Developing as a human being, maturity.
That's true.
Yeah.
I learned better. Balance bini lakachame. So chin sige no me chin lalu chigi no don like anam se lakado parents ki expectations kamchi don like anzumbe tanga ki chakachi machi a ko jada se labe life na give up be me la shadu and but give up mabe sing I bochin. Life is very precious.
Exactly.
Naba yuga migadi kagela mission modi chi yamji banalera tokodam dauchi bochin dam balinga chera ichena lebere mitube ni babero dalu like china miss some explore beneath life now you have so many things to learn. God has given you this beautiful life just to learn and be able to banal to mako naba dari kimi dari zobiasi naba lejum chi thena tyo naba mappal lejum jong because ngaji kenchonga chi tadi ngaji kenchonga chi jabjur bera pyo and be able to lo sem mapam chi bema su se mano kachi berea your thought should always be like I bet so I biong tenga bedri amchre ngachi ngadari muchige sondre
100% because I need to essentially talk about mental health more. And you know I think especially like obviously it applies to both men and women. I think especially men more.
Men
Because we're like I think just I don't even know like stereotypically men are like quite reserved. I think I'm the same and it sounds like you are too. But I think we need to kind of like get that stigma out where Bhutanese are able to like, they're not able to open up because
That's true.
They're scared that people will talk about you, right? Because like if you say that you're unhappy, then more the then the whole thing could be it's just a game of Chinese.
That's true.
You can say you're unhappy, and then you could end up saying someone could end up saying you're depressed, right? So I think what we also need is like I think men just need to kind of like use the services that are available here, right? Not just men, but women as well. But I'm just focusing on men because I see a lot of men
give up baby mom men de umade because they don't have many people to talk about
to open up to.
And then thing is ngachi parents ki atare lawmen charo lejum dom bajin the charo amsmi lejum nyemba dom do jiba chin gadi byong zo chin like mom zopra tin jumade like party na jogo to atingo and some drink this be enjoy be say but then charo lejum gi they always thinking about business, they're always thinking about like what's the next move. And the bebadalu anzumi dus chiga lijum chiga namra biru charo domdalu charo like rale atisi mata bimi chiga madom suiba ngachi parents keslo always make sure you find a person like rale lijum chi with goals, someone who is better than you so you can learn, you can motivate yourself. The mi anzumi charo laluchi genuine friends who always call you, "Wait, kacha mabega lijum bere yega se bedoga se ngachi bustis mamra yaza be remember them like kachlaunga the charo se gadi bionga sanzum yaza be madesi ngai watching the kemi bade roi gachlab de gach monte chi mam insult jo don chi insulted feel be don asi shy feel be don but naba sanyo mate chira anzum same de toto be dego mindira te yama za don kothin te be matsu mano da chingai lab de zumbe betso bera betso no watching charo lishim dom namra be.
And I think I think towards last year, I think when you get to like the mid-20s phase, I think that's when you start thinking, oh, am I doing okay in life? Then you start comparing yourself with maybe someone that's doing better or looks like they're doing better, but then obviously we don't know their story, but on paper they look like they're doing better to the eye and all that. And so compare people that you feel a bit down with it sometimes. And I think like you were saying, obviously, like there's only a few people that will call you, ask you how you're doing, and be able to treasure them. And I think I've also found comfort in talking to some people, like close friends. So when you talk about your situation, then they're able to advise you. Remember, give you good advice.
Yeah.
And I think that comes from I like to hang around with a lot of people that are genuinely older than me.
잘 레줌 제가
아니 뭐들 건기 through their life experiences 아니 뭐들 you learn me what
That's true.
so 아주다 아줌 stuff 아주다 아줌 through respect but then in the child's matter tangled with them I think last year like whenever I needed help obviously you don't want to open up to your parents because you don't want your parents to see that you're like maybe not necessarily struggling but you're going through something, right? And then when you open up to 아주다 아줌 childs to them 건기 through life experience advice 진 아니 뭐들 for them the 건기 sorrowful like the sympathy and empathy they have for you is different to the one that your parents will have because your parents they see that the moment your parents see that you're struggling, they start to struggle. The moment when your parents see that you're happy, they're happy. Remember that. So everything that or every emotion that you feel basically is what your parents feel. So we struggle to open up to them. And I think having a good group of friends especially is key. And then obviously, if you still feel like you can't go to that, like you can't open up to your friends, I think there are many services available here, especially in Australia, right? The Dhendup Tee Rabgyal and the technology can spread beyond mental health specialists come to do, and then you sign something where it's confidential. So if anything leaks out, then you've got everything supporting you. But then they don't get maybe more because they're very professional. So I think. Like you mentioned, like you brought up the topic of mental health. I think it's something that obviously both men and women should go into, but particularly men. I'm not
Witness men. They have to learn.
Because I think there have been a couple of cases where I've been like, oh, damn, like I wish it didn't have to go to this extent for some people. And it's usually always men that we see and hear about. Obviously women as well. Like I'm not trying to upset any
families. Ngaji boom is strong about it. They don't need and some goramyo ko because open up bit plus our witness moms are so nice they malap me gara se long bade bumlu de long bade pogilo me labe bade
siblings le kongi bas pogilo labre pogi open be misu
ah khodi busime te khobyo ko byong se ngaji busi byong se de ngaji bumlu de lab go nga lap se ai so ge ngaji like bumlu mam pride jindo zum feel bo me bumsugid no do nga damdera job me chimna kate me tame that's because I care be me I chula ask bo me at least and be bodo nga busti kati she tame di chidi nga buski be se nga khodi ga che me be sa no somtan digira nga bus mamra like emotionally it's unstable no but nga put this boy so and bendi kong joba give up be me then be boda parents ki den le rangi alulu enough like song equal love chingo me the console ask be go ga che ma be ga se ka di be do ngi bu se te bu ko che do love me she
papa ni parents love the Garo love me like obviously there's parents he's just saying how most parents would do it or maybe some parents would do it but then obviously we know our parents whether you're a son or a daughter
they'll
love you regardless more.
That's true
then like again don't take what he's saying
yes ngaragi thought say ani di like in ngagi di lab lejum be lab me shidong like ngagi some of the words because like I said I'm learning like lejum be lab me shidong but ngagi gachi the conclusion the gachi lab ni try be mo zawachin alu to garlalu like lejum be ax be ngachi like educate be labe ngachi bustis lo mam educate be that anzum be lo share be the ngo sago be rami and some share brother chunko mejo bomb mejo I lo share be because ngachi lo nana yumi dam jami lo di roll up dauchi bachin tani mi di kaslo ati si yang te feel be on at least no matter ngachi ngajaf kan yi fam yume se but like anzum happened maybe don't because ngachi witness boys this again namre biro ya nga be me swen opchi I say mega let me the dialogue to tell me that the chance for me
especially as a guy the last person you want to ever hurt is your
mother that's true you all love our mom.
Like shout out, like I love my dad obviously as well, but then it's always the mom. Like you never want to see your mom upset. Never there.
I don't talk about my dad because my dad knows he's there. Let me listen to he's always there behind me.
But we covered quite a good topic.
That's true.
A sensitive topic, but I think it's something that needed to be covered more.
That's true.
I think just obviously we're not a medical profession, so we can't advise on what's right and what's wrong. But then from a base level, it's something that just bringing that topic up and saying, well, like just look out for one another. I think it's strong enough just as a reminder, just to throw it in. Oh, the reminder but yeah, that was a good topic that we covered.
Yeah.
And I think that wraps up our episode today with Dhendup. So thank you very much, Dhendup, for
thank you so much for inviting me,
and thank you viewers for watching and listening. Take care.